Hello, once again, this is Brother Teacher. Just a couple days ago, I watched a snippet on social media where a martial arts friend of mine uh, showed a picture of a karateka or a black belt's transition, a karate person's transition from when they first became black belt and as they rose in rank, how they began to pick up more weight and more weight and more weight, and then eventually end up obese. And he made a statement to this effect saying, what happened? Or this should have never happened. And I'm saying that. I've talked about this many times. We are supposed to be examples as black belts. I hate to mention, dare to mention, masters and then grandmasters, that you are obese. Something's seriously wrong. Now, I do know that there are some very beautiful, spirited men and women who participate in the martial arts, but they are subject, like anyone else, any other normal or average person, to the same conditions of life. But we are supposed to make a differentiation between us and the average person because we are unlike them just by virtue of the discipline factor. It's called discipline. Now, before I became a martial artist, I had my issues. I had my habits and so on and so forth, but I grew into this thing. And I have never been fat. I've never been obese. And I have the potential to be fat and obese. But guess what? I choose not to. Why? First of all, I understand the ramifications. Hello, hello. There are ramifications involved in letting yourself go. We are who the public look up to when they say, I want to join a club, martial arts, a fitness club, or a martial arts school, so that I can do a combination of things, which is what martial arts is going to bring out in that individual. First of all, discipline from the standpoint where you are learning to have healthy habits. You should be taught in your martial arts school that it's a journey and that it's a way of life. A way of life. It's not something that you retire from. And you should see distinct changes in your physicality or your physiology as you progress through the ranks if you're studying martial arts. Self defense may be different, but specifically martial arts, you should see yourself transforming into a better version of what you were when you first signed up. So, if you're out of shape, the exercise regimen that you will undergo is going to help you burn calories, and you will learn techniques from that respective discipline, whether it be a karate, a kung fu, or a jiu-jitsu program, or any other martial arts, aikido, judo, tai chi, whatever. You should learn along the way how to preserve your physical self and be as healthy as you possibly can. And I began to say you should also learn proper diet. I know. Most martial arts schools don't teach you about diet. As I said, I believe in the whole package. For years, I have taught my students to incorporate diet in your training and to also keep a journal of your physical training and of what you eat, especially if you are on the borderline of being diabetic, or you're on the borderline of being overweight or extremely overweight if they came to me and they were already dealing with a weight issue. So I'm saying this today. If you are a black belt, and if you are a master, and if you are a grandmaster, and we're going up the ladder now, and you are obese at the same time, you need to lose weight. Not today, yesterday, if you want to live a longer, productive life and be around for your family. And if you want to have a good quality of life, you need to lose weight. And whatever you have to do, whatever program you need to start or instill for yourself in your regimen, you need to do it, because you cannot be as effective as you could possibly be and you have 100 pounds or more fat on your body. You just can't do it, especially if you are around the size or height of 5'7" to 6 foot. From 6 foot down, you should never be 250. For example, okay, I've heard people say, well, this weight works for me, or I feel comfortable with this weight, but your belly is hanging over your waist or over your belt line. There's no way. I worked in nursing for years. I've been in the martial arts for over half a century. You can't tell me this. You can't tell me anything about this. I've seen too many people come and go. When I say go, I mean die as a result of their obesity causing other issues. Heart attacks, massive heart attacks. And you can't eat anything and think you're going to be healthy. It doesn't work that way. You must absolutely make sure that you eat as natural as possible and cut out all of the extra junk food, the American diet, if you want to live a meaningful life. Now, I'm preaching to myself. So, if you can tell by me just sitting here, and if you've seen me in the video, you know I'm not fat. But I'm a middleweight person. That's how I began. I got to a point one time in my life, many years ago, where I started getting close to 190. I said, no, I'm an example. My students look to me, and I have to always be that example. And I don't struggle to be the example. I do this because this is who I am, and this is what I represent. If a person looks at me, even with the arthritic hip and the cane, they know that I look the part of a grandmaster, of a master, of a black belt, because I'm not spilling all over the place, you know, and I'm not huffing and puffing because I can't walk up a few steps, this kind of thing. I have my limitations, but for the most part, I maintain, and I'm encouraging you to do the same. So if you look for an instructor, if you're out there looking for an instructor, look for someone who looks the part of an instructor, not someone who is obese or morbidly obese, who has no desire to lose weight because they love to eat. That's it, and that's all.